Good evening and thanks for choosing KLBK News. I'm Matt Stell.
I'm Terry Furman. For the first time in nearly 5.5 years, we're hearing directly from Hollis Daniels in this now third week of his sentencing phase after he pleaded guilty to capital murder earlier this month. He's either going to spend the rest of his life in prison or be executed for killing Texas Tech police officer Floyd East Jr. back in 2017.
With his life literally on the line, Daniels took the stand telling the jury about his childhood, his introduction to drugs, and the moment he decided to end that officer's life. KLBK's Jaxie Pigeon was there as Daniels talked for hours this afternoon. Jaxie just described some of the emotion inside that courtroom today.
Terry, Matt, Daniels was very soft-spoken as he was testifying this afternoon. There was a lot of emotion in the courtroom from both Daniels' family as well as Officer East's family as they told very sensitive and descriptive details about how Daniels would end up murdering, shooting, and killing Officer East. In court this afternoon, the defense presented a timeline to the jury that detailed the 27 hours that would lead up to the shooting. Daniels testifies that it's hard for him to distinguish between what he remembers on his own and what has become more clear only through seeing video during his trial. On October 9, 2017, Daniels recalled that he walked into his dorm room and police officers were there. He had the gun that he'd stolen from his friend the night before in his waistband, and he says he was trying to avoid getting in trouble, so he was strategizing how to get rid of the gun. He next remembered the first pat down in his dorm room from Officer Snelson when the gun was still in his waistband. Daniels says, quote, "In my memory, my pants were sagging. He pulled my pants up and the gun fell into my crotch area." He says Officer Snelson kept missing it and that every time the officer touched a part of his leg, the gun kept moving even further down his leg. On the car ride to the Texas Tech Police Department with Officer East after he was arrested at Talkington Hall, Daniels remembers the thud sound of the gun falling in the back of the car. He says, quote, "I was looking for a place to hide it in the back of the car." He'd somehow managed to get the gun back up into his waistband, even in handcuffs. After nearly half an hour with Officer East at the campus police station, Daniels would shoot Officer East point blank in the head. Prosecutors asked Daniels why he made the decision to shoot Officer East that night. Daniels says it doesn't make sense, but he says, quote, "For years, I wonder why I didn't just shoot myself." In the court recess, while Daniels was still on the stand, but it will pick back up tomorrow morning at 8:30. From the Lubbock County Courthouse, Jaxie Pigeon, KLBK News.